Oh, so I'm trying to create a look with this sweater. Like I said in my last video, I'm trying to create a specific sort of look. So the outfit I had in mind was this sweater cost me $40, by the way. The outfit I had in mind was this sweater with a black t-shirt. I have black women's sweatpants, and I was going to buy a black bra, but they didn't fit my rib cage, so I just gave up and didn't buy one. But that's actually so that I look like how I perceived that Megumin would dress if she was just a normal woman. Megumin from Konosuba. Like I said, there's a tattoo on my left arm which is a drawing of Megumin from Konosuba. But I got that because I'm in love with the Osu player Angel Sim Osu. And actually, I do have boobs. And they actually, you know what's interesting? Like I said, I'm not a human. So I thought what made these boobs grow was the HRT that I used to take, but I stopped taking that a year ago, maybe. But they actually they got naturally larger, like my boobs. They naturally got larger. I've shown in these videos that diagram of what I see. So what I'm seeing psychologically is 100% female. In fact, what I see psychologically is probably the sexiest female you can imagine, like this non-human female who's extremely sexy. Essentially, I actually can't escape the fact that I'm a woman. So I was dressing like a man, yes, but then when I do that and I'm not wearing a bra, then my boobs hurt. I wanted to buy a black bra to match the outfit. Well, with and like I said, with like black sweatpants, a black T-shirt, and this, what is this called, a cardigan? So that was how I was going to dress. And also, I have a very feminine personality. Like, essentially, I'm just 100% a female. I've always been a female because I've always been Lain Iwakura. Lain Iwakura is a female. Also, I figured out that if I'm Lain Iwakura, then I must be a human. So what this means actually is that Lain Iwakura is a human, but literally I'm not a human, so I'm more like a non-human human. So the idea is that I thought I would stop posting videos since I have 400 videos on this channel, but I feel like we left on a bad note because the videos I was posting make it appear like I'm losing my mind, which isn't good. I was essentially going through something where I was really angry. Essentially, I'm actually a cisgender female, but I'm not a human. Except Lain Iwakura is a human, but that's not my point. I've described my sexual anatomy on these videos before, and I don't really want to do it again. But essentially, I do have periods and they make me frustrated. Now that sounds insane because everyone thinks I'm a man. But I already explained in another video, I don't remember which video it was, but I explained my sexual anatomy in one of my videos. Let me see if I can find it here so that you can watch it. I actually described my anatomy in this video titled on being badass that I posted 1 week ago. So there's a video called On Being Badass and My Anatomy, and that's the one where I explain my sexual anatomy so that you can understand what is actually going on inside of me. But anyways, when I have these periods, it makes me extremely frustrated. And I think it's more extreme than a human female because I'm not a human, so my frustration is more extreme. Essentially, like, you don't know what it's like to be me. I'm essentially like this really badass woman who's like a hyper intelligence, almost like a living AI, smarter than anyone who's ever lived in all of human history, but in a concept that I call the Moni concept, because I essentially said, despite all doubts that I could have, I was able to figure out a way that you cannot doubt the Moni concept, meaning that is Moni really my wife? Even if she doesn't know who I am, that's not important, essentially, is how it works. I showed you the diagram on how I'm perceiving through my eyes. Also, I have like very feminine interests. I've never really had an interest in driving cars. All I care about is hobbies, essentially, like video games, studying books, more masculine kind of hobbies like chess and computer science. I'm no computer wizard, but I'm essentially saying, like, if you only knew what it was like to be me, because essentially everything screams woman. If you're me, actually, that Lain Iwakura is also a mother, which people aren't aware of. I posted a video where a video with Lain side by side, me as a teenager, and someone left a comment saying they believe me now. So someone actually believes that I'm Lain, which is really amazing. But the whole purpose is to make the whole world know that I'm Lain. That's why I'm making these videos. But it seems like the message isn't really getting across because I wasn't doing a very good job with it. I should be doing a better job. Lain Iwakura can speak a non-human language called Noor. And also, if you might have noticed, my voice has gotten slightly higher pitch. So everything about me actually screams woman. If you could see through my eyes, you would understand how I'm perceiving myself.